It's that time again. It is that time again. Football time again. The best time of the day, the best time of the week. We do love to see it. How's it going? What's popping? How yous doing? Nice to see everyone that's in early. We do appreciate you. How you doing, James? Nice to see you, man. How you doing, Virtual? Nice to see you as well. Let's go indeed. It's a pretty good game, but we're keeping it relatively tame because, to be honest with you, it's a game worth being tame over. It's not a game that's going to be particularly high intensity, not exactly what you would expect in terms of kind of SPFL football. Dundee playing a bit of a more expansive system. We'll touch on that momentarily, but Celtic should probably have enough to get the job done. But again, a couple of kind of key notes and interesting changes for sure, and we'll kind of touch on those too. But how you doing, Virgil? Nice to see you, man. How we all feeling about playing at this cesspit tonight? I mean, Dens Park isn't bad, and it doesn't look miserably awful. I mean, to be fair, it's Dundee. Nobody likes going there willingly, but nonetheless, that's what we're playing. And to be fair, Dens Park is probably the nicer of the two. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but one's better, the better between Dens Park and fucking Tannadice. To be honest with you, they're both kind of mid-range, top-tier stadiums. But nonetheless, that's not really what we're touching on now. We're kind of just taking it easy, having a chill time of things, enjoying this little watch along. We're not going to be taking it too seriously, but nonetheless, we'll be enjoying ourselves to like the best degree that we can. How you doing, Sinead? Nice to see you, man. Good to see you as well. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're having a good day, Chief. It's to be fair, this is a game that I feel relatively comfortable with. I mean, give Dundee their credit, right? When I was reading over their stats and stuff, they have a couple of interesting kind of features to their play. The main thing being how they actually kind of catch the ball out in the midfield. They actually do it better than a lot of the teams in the league. They're actually in the top 5 for that kind of counter pressing type of statistic, which is damn impressive for a team that is trying their best to kind of keep themselves as a mainstay towards that mid-range part of the table, and they're making a respectable case for themselves this time round. And again, they've had some alright results. We know about the draw no less than a few match days ago against Rangers. That one was a big one for them, and obviously massive for us too. Just made it quite funny. So nonetheless, it'll be quite interesting to see how this game kind of plays out over the 90 minutes. But I think for the most part we should be relatively good. I'm just going to make sure that everything's working before I switch screens and pull up what I need to pull up. There we go, smashing. Fantastic, there we are. So we've got basically everything that we need to go here, but this is the main thing to touch on, and that's the way that the Dundee have lined up. It's a pretty interesting system, but we know the system fairly well from other teams in this league. We kind of know how they do things. It's respectable enough. A 3-4-2-1 type of system's always going to be an interesting one, especially with how the left and right mids tend to kind of gel in with the back three. Sometimes they prefer to use left backs and right backs in these systems, like you see with St Johnstone with players like Mono, or alternatively you get teams like this with Dundee that actually prefer to use out and out kind of progressive wingers, so to speak, and Mulligan and Ingram are going to be pretty interesting to see how they actually kind of lay out the play for the rest of them, the midfield too. But obviously two of the stronger kind of components to this team, Silla and obviously Garzakanto, have been pretty fundamentally good for most of the good, like I said, that midfield play where they can win the ball in the midfield and press up high. Realistically, that's what they have to do. Nice to see you, David. How you doing, fella? How you doing? Nice to see you all. Likewise with you, Rob. Hello to you as well, Chief. But I think the kind of main thing to kind of keep an eye out is obviously Murray's been pretty decent in form when he's had to be. He's not really been scoring goals as much in the last few match days, but there have been a couple of key features to their play. And again, the link-ups between the kind of two cams, so to speak, the left and attacking right centre mid, so to speak. I mean, Adewemi's been very, very good for them. Let's kind of put that on the kind of platter straight away. And alternatively, you can say Robertson, and I mean, I know there's two of them, but the attacking Robertson's actually had some fundamentally good play to his game as well. But Celtic's lineup's a bit more interesting, and again, we'll kind of read over the lineups in a bit more depth when it's closer to kick-off, but that's the kind of lineup that we've got so far. A couple of key things that you might want to kind of take a gander at. McCowan holds his spot, which is very nice to see. I love that. Yang getting played on the left-hand side out the gate, which was kind of what we wanted to see, especially last match when Yang switched over to that left-hand side. It was night and day, switched on, and he was playing a hell of a lot better because he was able to step inside and take his man on. So I like that. I don't think it's bad at all. The switch up though is in the midfield with Bernardo. He comes in instead of in Giles, which I don't mind at all. I think it's more than good enough. I think it's pretty decent, and again, having two more physically present midfielders will do as good, especially with the fact that McGregor's kind of playing in behind them. Makes it a little bit easier when you have a more technical kind of performer behind them, a little bit of a magician to sprinkle those passes out towards the flanks. And again, Furuhashi can cross the ball, we have seen it. And Yang's pretty good with a cross too. He's getting assists, not so much goals. I would like to see Yang get a goal today, that'd be fantastic. Taylor gets the nod, apart, I know there's a lot of talk about him right now, and some of the things about his contract talks has been a pretty hot topic in the Discord, which you can join below if you haven't already. But nonetheless, I think it's good enough. I like Taylor. I think he'll link up well with Yang. I think they'll be a bit more progressive down that right hand side more than the left, but when we do go towards that left hand side, hopefully Yang and Taylor can actually provide a pretty respectable turnout, especially when it comes to at least getting those cross chances and kind of causing the problems where they can. Obviously Trusty and Carter Vickers, I should say, are in the midfield, but in the middle of the kind of area, kind of covering that kind of midfield when we go for the press, but they're holding centre backs for this one, and honestly, don't mind that at all. Trusty's been fantastic over the last few matches. Carter Vickers has been just as good. Can't argue with Johnston, fantastic, and Schmeichel, fantastic as well. So I like this team. Either starting up front is a wee bit of a, hopefully he kind of wakes up. I'd like to see him get a goal or two, that'd be quite fantastic, but it's open to interpretation, and I think over the course of the match, hopefully he kind of gets a few of those, and like I said, with those crossing lanes, a bit more, creative at the very least, with Young playing on that left hand side, maybe we get a bit more options. There's a little look at the substitutions while I read some of the chat, sorry that I kind of haven't read through some of them now, let's go through them. Good conversation, we'd love to see how you're doing, Robert, nice to see you, man, nice to see you. But nonetheless, it's going to be a good game. I think that there'll be some interesting kind of bits of play from Dundee. Of course, them being at home, they'll kind of have a little bit of bite about them. They'll have a little chip on their shoulder, and like I said, they have gotten a result at home against the Glasgow side already this season. So in most aspects, they'll genuinely feel like they can at least dig in to get something. They might not be playing for a high-scoring game. They might be playing for a 0-0. They might be very defensive set out the gate. We'll kind of see how that goes with how Ingram and Mulligan drop back. If they decide to play progressive or not, that will be down to them, but Celtic will do the usual things. Opening 15-20 minutes will kind of steady the ship, and we know that the first half syndrome and second half syndrome are very much a thing with this fucking club right now. Hopefully it's not a case of that, and we get a bit of a more steady performance in the first, and we just kind of follow it up in the second. A bit more consistency across the field today would be quite nice, especially with the kind of change up with the team. And again, there's a couple of little tweaks and changes, again, because of injuries and things like that, but nonetheless, I like the squad. I think it's good enough to get the job done, and hopefully we can do exactly that. Again, if you want a little look at the table before we kick off tonight, it's pretty straightforward. If we win this one, we just put ourselves right back where we were the last time that we finished up a game. Would be 18 points clear, and we would be handing over to the Rangers, who take on Aberdeen tomorrow. Of course, Aberdeen are in a bit different form than the last time that they played, but nonetheless, they are a top 4 side still, so you can't take that away from them. But of course, we're really just focused on what we do here. It's not about what the other side do, especially when we have the tone to set. It's going to be an interesting one for them, sure. How you doing, Anton? Nice to see you, my guy. Taylor playing with Yang is interesting. Rogers really must want Yang to do anything. I don't think it's a case of that at all, Chief. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay. I don't think it will be a bad performance whatsoever. It will just be a case of can he do the basics and kind of link up with Yang. Yang will like to be a bit further up the field. Maeda tends to drop back a little to kind of help Taylor when it comes to the progressive attack. So Taylor will need to cover a bit more of the field than he'll be used to. But I think if he can get the passes into Yang, and Yang's a bit more creative and goes direct like we'd hope to see, then it means that Taylor will have that creative liberty and freedom to actually sit back and defend when he has to. It's not like it's not like a request that he has to constantly be attacking. We can kind of rely on him to defend when we have to, and that'd be fantastic. And again, having players like Trusty and Carter Vickers to cover them at the back is always quite nice as well. The boys are in the tunnel getting ready to come out, and we'll be live in just a momento. Can't wait to see how this one plays out. Getting an echo. Is anyone else getting an echo? I'm not too sure why that would be happening, to be honest with you, but if you're getting an echo, maybe give it a refresh, see if that fixes it. Don't hear anything too bad on my end. But nonetheless, let's read out the lineups one last time before we get underway, because they're just about to kind of get out of the tunnel and walking out as we speak. So let's have a little look nice wee display for the boys in the way in there. But let's start with Dundee's lineup as is tradition. It's Carson starting in between the sticks, and of course Ashley, I mean he's never going to give you up, let's be honest, he'll chase you down to the end of time, but Ashley starts on that hand side with Robertson and Donnelly playing the other two centre back roles, with Ingram and Mulligan playing either side as the left and right mid respectively. Silla and Gazakantu play as the midfield two, with Robertson and Aluumi playing as their central kind of attacking midfielders. Keep an eye on them to try and kind of open up or drop in and kind of help the midfield where necessary. And of course Simon Murray playing as their target forward, out and out up front. For Celtic, very fine-tuned team, but a team that should be good enough to get the job done. It's Schmeichel starting in between the sticks, Greg Taylor and Johnston as our full-backs respectively, with Trusty and Carter Vickers playing as a centre-back pairing in between them. Our skipper starts in the centre of the park and he holds that spot on his own, with McGregor and McCowan playing the more advanced in the centre mid roles, but more still fairly central, I would say, just a bit more pushed up than usual. Yang, I should say, and Furuhashi playing either side on the kind of flanks, and they'll hopefully get some good crosses into the big man in between the middle of them, which will be Ida, hopefully. Me, either Yang or Ida getting a goal, I'd be more than happy with. That'd be fine, honestly, I'd take it. It's just, I want to see something for either of the two of them, that would be great. 6-0 you're going with. If I'm being optimistic, I say this game probably ends 3-0. Because I don't think Dundee are a team that they're not a team that like to kind of take a lot of time on the ball, but they like to hold it up where they can. And again, if you look at the table, Dundee are still kind of in the push, no matter what way it's sliced, to kind of fight out for the top 6. So they'll know that goal difference can factor into that. They'll keep that in mind. So, you know, it's definitely open to interpretation. They can certainly cause a problem where they can't. But the boys look ready, and hopefully we have a decent performance. Obviously McCowan starting against his former side's the kind of key note to this one. It's the big kind of thing, so a goal against his former side would be pretty damn interesting for sure. Smashing, we'd love to see it. Sometimes it can open 2 tabs, that's always a possibility. Can honestly tell you, my guy. But we're getting live underway in about a minute or so, and hopefully this game just plays out as we would hope. You know what I mean? A good performance, something stable, nothing too, you know, over the top. I'm not expecting us to go and rattle them 6-0, as much as that would be fantastic. But Dundee are literally just about to get the ball rolling as we speak. It's going to be a good game for sure. Whoa, big cough to start the game, that's fantastic. Ball is rolling, and hopefully we have a pretty interesting way of doing things. It's going to be certainly open to interpretation, especially with how Dundee play. Like I said, that pressing midfield kind of pattern, that's what they do relatively well. Gets a refresh and Google should be with us. There we go, fantastic. And you have the live score up and alongside you. There's already a bit of a press going on. McCowan does clear it out from the back. Bit of a chase down, and Dundee are kind of going for it. Respectable press, and there's going to be a bit of a pincer on the edge of the area. Dundee will kind of slice it across. I do want to give a shout out to Flash as well. He's the one kind of presenting with the feed tonight. Saving a lot of hassle, so I do appreciate that shout out the big man. It's a good ball forward for Dundee. They'll try to get him behind. They're kind of engaging that press as early as they can. Ingram's got it. There's a back for Silla, and he'll just go back towards Robertson playing it safe. Maybe that long exchange could be on, and it is on. There's a chase down. Taylor has to win that one and does. Takes the safe route. It's going to be kept in by Yang. Good hustle for him. Brilliant hustle. I love to see that. Kind of gets in there, and that's the first kind of good positive sign you can see down that left hand side to begin with. So on the right hand side for now though, Johnston on the press. Wants to play it safe, cut it back for Carter Vickers, I should say, and there should be some decent progressive football here, because again you've got a lot of Celtic bodies pranced up high, and that's a great ball in behind. It's a bit overhit though, and the chase just might not be engaged. Again, it just starts with Trusty and Vickers just stepping a wee bit further in, not letting Dundee kind of open the space, and we were able to get a decent ball in behind, and damn, could have been a little better from us in that perspective, but not bad by any means either. We'll just hope to see some decent attack of football as the game kind of progresses, but as of now Dundee are starting a little bit of an early press. You can give them respect for that. That's good early on for Dundee, giving credit where it's due, but it's of a case they can keep it up over the course of 90 minutes. That's the big thing. I don't know if something's wrong with the ball or not, but he's just apparently getting a new one. I don't know. He's taking his time to set up this for one, but he's definitely going to go long. You can tell by the way he's rubbing it, he's warming it up. So, that's going long. There it is, not really a surprise, bounces over everyone. Dundee gets the flick on, but it's straight into the hands of Schmeichel, and well, the header wasn't powerful. It'll certainly count as an attempt for Dundee, and they'll take that every day of the week. That could have been something. Could have been something indeed. But Celtic kind of get away with it, so more than fine. Simple ball across the base of it. Decent pass across for Taylor. There's a simple ball in there. That could be a chase in. Lovely break and play, but Dundee just about clear the lines. Decent respectable approach. That's good for Bernardo. We're keeping the pressure constantly on them. It's a bit of a different feel to Celtic, especially from the last match. It's not very different. Good progressive play here. McCowan's opting to play around the back of it kind of comfortably enough. Looks like Dundee are starting to kind of settle back on themselves. That early pressure's basically melted away in the early stages of this one. It's not good at all, but the ball over the top's decent. Pipped away, good header back. Lovely pass out from the area. There could be an option on. That's a lovely switch. Great header. That's how somehow gone into the back of the net. It's a lovely header, and who else but McCowan? That is a fantastic header. And with the first real chance of the game, it's not really what we expect for Celtic, I'll be fully honest with you, but that's fantastic. What a ball in, first of all. What a run for McCowan. Brilliantly placed header, and Trevor Carson can't get anywhere near it. Got to give credit for that ball. That was fantastic. Greg Taylor, man. Perfect looping cross. Right onto the head of McCowan on the overlap and run. And it's well placed. Absolutely well placed. With about 5 minutes gone into the game. Oh, that is a good way to start it. Fantastic, man. We'll take that any day of the week. He's trying to fight for that contract. Give him credit where it's due, man. More of that, Taylor, and you're fucking earning it, big style. Do give the ball away straight away from the kind of kick-off. A little unlucky, but it is what it is. We do take that. It is indeed 1-0. Absolutely. Bliss. We'll take it. Oh, good ball. Could have been something there for Dundee, but nothing too progressively bad. In terms of spoils, I don't mind it too much. It's like fine as long as it's like about 30-40 seconds. It's not too bad. Because bear in mind it takes a little bit for the chat to come through on my end anyway, so you kind of have that. I guess, you know, it's not all doom and gloom, Chief. Jesus fucking Christ. Flash has just shown me a kind of update between the game that finished between Holstein Kiel and Dortmund. It ended 4-2 in that match. That's insane. Oh, the header was absolutely fantastic. Can't take anything away from it. At first I thought it was just because the keeper didn't really get across to it in time, and then when you see the replay back on the reverse, there's just some good neck muscles behind that. And that's one way to show exactly what your former club misses out on. Just gets in behind, beautiful timed header. Can't really argue with it whatsoever, man. Fantastic. More of that. One shot, one goal, fantastic. Can't ask for anything better. If you're asking me personally, that's about as good as you can ask. Fabulous. To make sure you kind of share the stream around and get a like and stuff and all that good jazz, keeps us in the algorithm. You know the drill, you know the usual kind of patter. Subscribing obviously does help us if you're new here. It's a decent pass out for Trusty. Taylor's got the ball. Might look for a simple cross exchange, goes back in style though. 5 to go. I like your optimism, Anton. It's a good ball in behind, Taylor's on the prowl, good cross, could be dangerous, headed up and away, kind of half-heartedly in the end by Ira, but I respect the hustle to get there at the very least. Usually more than you see for the big man game credit where it's due. I think he was hassled just enough, but I think either Robertson or Ashley, there, one of the two of them kind of just did enough to make it a little bit awkward, so Carson's going to clear it on the punt. Good quality goal, that a fucking fantastic quality goal, can't take anything away. There's a half chance, man, Murray actually did get him behind there. But Celtic deal with it well defensively, but again, 2 shocks in about 8 minutes, that could have been potentially dangerous. You don't either credit, they're not letting their heads drop, it's just more or less same as what they were doing before, the game plan hasn't changed. Good ball out to the side, could be a potential break as well, Yang has it. Good shuttle step, brilliant move around the edge, but he's hustled brilliantly, can't take everything away for that. McGregor intercepts the ball just as well though and keeps it in play. Taylor's there to kind of retrieve it, cuts it back. McCowan back to McGregor. Spread across, back towards Trusty. Looking for any open options that he can. Well, I did say 3. 3-0 was kind of what I was going with, and to be fair, it's a good a start as any to kind of get that type of result. 4-0 was pretty damn respectable as well. Yes, you love to see that, Donut's close. Decent ball out, come on. Shift it a bit faster. Taylor's doing well with the hold-up play, he's very comfortable with it. Doesn't look phased at all, cuts it back in the end, just playing it safe. The gain about as good as you can ask. Fantastic. Come on, keep it on the just keep it on the ground, yes. Nothing too fancy, just play through them instead. Lovely touch, that could be a potential opening. It's well dealt with by Dundee, they're kind of put under some pressure there. Canto has to kind of just forcibly clear it, it's kind of popped up. Not really dealt with by Celtic, but we will retain it, Johnston has it. Sends it kind of in behind to at least force the header from Dundee, see where they pop it back into the area. So it doesn't necessarily retain it, so we'll just do this, we'll kind of half bounce out, so to speak. Still awkward enough, but the chase is on. I'm eventually forced away by Carson, fair enough. It was 0-0, but you're changing it to 6. I like your thinking. That's optimistic as fuck. I didn't need a goal, but I have fans saying it's 11 games without a goal earlier. Question is, how many minutes has he played in total? Is a Kyogo goal returns last year was worst per minute played? I guess, but when you consider the degree of certain chances that Ira has missed in that time, like he has missed a lot inside the 6-yard box. Like that's all I'm going to say nicely about it. It's a good pass in behind. Oh, that would have been a lovely touch if he kept that under control. Oh, greetings from County Clare. How you doing, Paul? Nice to see you, fella. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're having a lovely night, my man. Go to the Champions League game. Love to see it, Shamrock. We'll be seeing you there because I'm going to that game with Flash. So, chances are we might bump into each other. Murray's just been taken down there. Tangle of legs, I'd definitely say that. Could have been interesting for sure. But both of them going for, yeah, no, that's more than fine. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Thank fuck, I was about to be like slightly concerned. That could have been bad. How you doing, Mark? Nice to see you, my guy. Looking there already, I know. We don't usually get early starts. We're used to waiting until like fucking 60 minutes before we start to like see like 3rd, 4th gear. And to be fair, we haven't really came out of 2nd gear so far, but the one chance we have really created, we've put it in the back of the net. You can't ask for more than that. It's fantastic. Simple pass out, Taylor has it. Looking for any en route, good pass inside, McCowan, that's a big pounce up, it's just going to go straight through to Carson anyway, so it's more than fine. Ah, we'll love to see him, my man. We'll love to see it. Always wish anyone that comes in here in good health. Anyone in general for that fact, let's be honest. That's a lovely calm touch for McGregor, although it's a bit of pressure for Johnston to deal with. Comfortable enough. Schmeichel just scythes it across. And maybe there's a potential break up that side. Good pass for Taylor. There's an opening for Yang to kind of take a run at his man here. Decent pass inside, cut back across, potential cross in here. Opts not to take it, goes inside instead. Maybe a potential shot for the edge of the area. Laid off for that exact scenario, but kind of just slightly inconspicuous to take that one on, so it's laid back out towards the left on the end. Cut back, could be a potential cut inside. Taylor's playing with some confidence, man. Love to see it. And there's kind of a hold up scenario there, so they will have a chance to retain it, I think. Drop ball, played out. Played back across, and there's some potential danger down that side. You just don't want either to be a waste of money. It'd be disappointing if that was the outcome of his time at Celtic. I wouldn't say he's been a total waste of money so far. He's had his positives. It's just that you want to kind of see a bit of a bigger return. You know what I mean? Don't know if there's many music fans in here. Everybody loves music in their own way, Chief. Liverpool losing 1-0, goddamn. That's slightly surprising, but it happens in football. Part of being champions, or at least if you want to be champion material, who's been able to come down for 1-0. Fair enough to Forest, man. Can't take anything away from him. That is Forest, well, let's just kind of put it on the screen, aye. Well, it is Forest we're playing. I'm glad I know that. Trustees just went down, something's happened there. Should I stay or should I go? Yeah, and honestly, that would probably be a pretty interesting one. You think they could afford it maybe? I don't know. I don't disagree with that at all, Anton, actually. McCowan definitely has a potential to be like a wee surprise developmental like baller. Because, I mean, to be fair, we did it with Turnbull when we signed him. Like, even though we kind of forgot about him towards the end, which was a wee bit, like, kind of a shame. Yeah, I can't really argue with that at all. That's a great pass across the face of the box. Could be something potentially dangerous here. I was going to say that, but apparently just forgot. Well, the top 5 touches in the game so far are all players of the kind of green and white shirt. Dundee haven't done a lot with the ball, I'll be honest with you. They've been put under the cosh almost out the gate. It's kind of the inverse of what I was expecting the first 15 minutes to be. I thought the first 15 minutes we'd do what we usually do, soak up the pressure, see what kind of happens, but I guess we steadied the ship for now. Dundee will have to play it from the back there. Decent pass in behind, but Dundee are going to get caught out there. I think it's actually Celtic's ball, fucking even better. Using that left hand side a bit more than I thought we would have, and to be fair, we're using it pretty goddamn well. Yang and Taylor seem to link up a bit better than I would have thought. Especially early doors. It's a bit of a slack pass down the right hand side, but Dundee still have to get it out from the back. They're going to go long. Ingram wins the knock on, but that's about the extent of it. It's going to be a Celtic ball in the end. It should be anyway. Or is it? I'm not too sure. I think it might actually be a Dundee throw-in. Get him off of someone's head anyway, and it's a throw-in. That's all I'll say. Damn right, Anton, damn right. Nottingham Forest were playing, or Liverpool were playing, I should say. I mean, they're technically the team that I support down, so when I say we, it's still technically right, but aye, Forest. And to be fair, Forest are no fucking slouches. Keep in mind, they're literally like fighting for top goddamn 3. This ain't a slacked North Forest side by any stretch of the imagination. They're a damn fine side. Oh wait, that's a great ball in. Ida, surely, mate, for fuck's sake, man. Big opportunity, another, you'd have to say it, big miss for Ida. That was across the face of the box, and again, it's almost as if I spoke it into existence inside the 6-yard box, and he just doesn't get it under the keeper. God fucking damn it, man, he's just never going to score. He just isn't going to score, is he? That's ridiculous, and of course I'm getting the urge to cough. Man, I didn't have this before I fucking start streaming, man. Piss off. Oh, man, Ida gives me so much fucking, like, anxiety whenever he's in the box. That's a great pass inside, though. Hold on a goddamn second. Young's pot him off. Lovely ball out of space. Should tee up a chance. Edge of the box. Good ball into the area. But again, just lifted too high. And it's going to go in behind and cause some problems. It's just fucking awful, I have to say. How many millions to spend and he's not that good, I know. And to be fair, I have a lot of respect for Forest as well. They're a team that's kept their traditions and they haven't been too, like, modern with their marketing tactics and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, they're still very much like that old Forest that you think of, so I don't have any quarrels if they actually managed to beat Liverpool. Would it be annoying? Yes. But hey, it means that Forest actually might be in the Champions League next season. That'd be fucking sick. I'd love to see that. Taylor plays it out towards the left hand side. Young's got it. Cost some more and he'll score 3. I imagine that's how it works. If he misses another big chance. I mean, to be fair, that one's like I said, I wouldn't classify it as like an outright sitter because the keeper does kind of come out and close the gap enough. But again, for a man that just gets inside the 6-yard box as much as he does, he misses a goddamn fucking lot. You reckon that either will score tonight, but you still don't fancy him? I mean, yeah, at the very least I want to see something out of him. Between him and Yang, I want to go for either one of those two. That'd be fantastic. That's a decent half touch, but it just takes way too much there and it's going to be out for a goal kick. I just complained about it, but it looked like it came off your chest, Philip. Yeah, that's probably a good way to describe it. Actually, he didn't miss a sitter. He fluffed it. That's just didn't really make the right contact. Moyes is back to try and save Everton. Well, I wish him the best of luck, but it's going to be a bit of a task. That's a decent chance for Dundee. They kind of force the way in behind. Nothing really comes of it. Murray just kind of gives like the half-hearted, but nonetheless, the play is forward. Defence is giving you heart attacks. To be fair, we're not playing horribly. It's just a couple of loose bounces. It could be potentially awkward. That's a great ball in behind from us. Ball across. Can't really blame Ida for that one. Unfortunately, he's not 12 foot. If you stacked another and that Ida on top of him, potentially he could have got to that header, but it was just really overhit. Right idea though, so you can't take anything away from it. Young was just way too inside to kind of catch that loose one on the other side. How you doing, kid? Nice to see you, man. Hope you're well. Yeah, so far so good. Schneb, I kind of agree with that. Nothing particularly great, but about what you would expect. Kind of competent enough, doing the right things at the right times. I mean, Dundee aren't making it completely easy, but for the most part, you'd say Celtic have had the better kind of stint of things for sure. You would definitely say 4 or 5 oncoming. Slightly optimistic, Schneb. But I like your thinking. I definitely like your thinking. Was the McCowan goal a good one? It was a fantastic one. The cross in for Taylor was about as clean as you could ask. That's some good defensive work from McGregor there. It's going to force a chance for Dundee though. potentially something dangerous there. But the ball in was fantastic. McCowan timed his run brilliantly, kind of got open and used these neck muscles brilliantly, placed it about as well as you could. Past the kind of right hand side of Trevor Carson. Kind of brilliant looped and back across type of header. That can't really argue with it whatsoever. Hey then, Brian, nice to see you, fella. Hope you're doing well. Honesty, he said, it was a thing of beauty. There's a chance for Dundee. Half-hearted at best. Kind of cleared away. Potential break on. Celtic will do their best. Kind of force that. I think it might actually genuinely be a chance. They do something with that. The spell. I was going to say we'd have to take that quick. He just cuts to Yang jogging away, so nothing really too much to come in that one. We're just going to throw it back. Yep. And we'll start again. 2 or 3 is a bit more respectable for now. Just because we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, there's a thing called being too greedy. And even then, we'd rather just be safe than sorry with it. We'll take a 2 or 3. We don't want to be asking for too much. You have no sound on Celtic TV, that's a wrap. That's a good ball behind. Oh, that's a big chance! It's off the bar. Now that's a better example of what to do on the header. It's pretty similar to the Trustees a few match days ago against St Johnstone. It was a fantastic ball into the box. Well-timed run for Paulo. Oh, and he just doesn't keep it down. It's a set like he rises up into the air, right times it well, gets good connection, but he just puts too much on it and it just collides with the bar and bounces high and over. It's the right idea, but good play. Brilliant link-up play there. That would have been a fantastic, that would have been a gorgeous second. 2 fantastic bullet headers, that's what you'd be talking about. There it is, it's on Celtic TV, Sky. You've got options for this one. Decent pass across. Good touch for the side. Refresher at least 2 minutes behind. It's not me that's supplying the stream for this one, my chief. We're on like the like one of the kind of thingy Discord servers that me and my friend run. So there's like Discord delay on top of normal delay, on top of stream delay actually, so there's like 3 fucking variants to think about. That's a good ball out actually, and speaking of chances, there could be one here. Taylor wants to go for the cross, he kind of steps back inside himself though, which is probably not the kind of play there. Gives the ball away, pull it. Then can't really stand his man up, and Silla's on a break down that side, doesn't keep it in play enough there. Should be a Celtic ball, good hustling for Paulo in there and that. Probably was on Celtic TV, I know. It's just what they do. They do it better than anyone. There's a decent ball into the box, but again, nothing too dangerous there. Should be easy enough for Carson to collect, and he's just going to wait for Ida to run in and just picks it up comfortably enough. It's a decent ball over the top actually. Header down's decent enough. Dundee will keep the pressure alive. Ingram forces it back. Right idea, but nothing really comes of it. Donnelly tried his best to force it. Nothing too dangerous, but still potentially fearsome if they can't get out from the back. Celtic are doing their best to keep it penciled. It's just kind of pop pinball football. Eventually Celtic get it under control with Carter Vickers, and there might be a potential break spread across to the left hand side, and there's a break on that side for potential damage. Come on man, move it. Lays it after Yang and it's just taking way too long. Got back across, good taking touch. It's going to just roll all the way through, so there'll be Kyoko's on the other side to just kind of gather it comfortable enough. Kyoko's just another mate, but on the opposite one. What do you mean by that? I mean, I do get it, to be fair, all pace, not really a crosser or a technical type of player, but if you get him in there, maybe he can do some damage, and that's all that matters. That's why he's on the pitch. Did walk out last time, but it took him about 80 minutes to get that engine going. That's a good touch to the side, McCowan. Good layoff. Yang. Take a run at him. Does take a run at him. Awkward pop up and away, but still in that area where we can do damage. And eventually just popped out to the side. Just a kind of bounce deflection there after the Celtic player. So that's going to be a Dundee throw-in instead. See if we take a quick check to make sure. Nope. Whoa. We need to do this legally, like halfway through each half now. What's happening? Please consider subscribing. I know it's boring hearing the same thing every fucking stream. Trust me, I don't like repeating it either. But nonetheless, that's what I would like to ask of you if you haven't done so already. And if you have, consider liking the stream. If you've done that, bless you. You're top dog. We'd love to see it. Thank you very much. We're going back to this screen. Oh, and I did that all before he even got the fucking throw in. This Donnelly fella likes to take his time, man. He's going to throw it long in the kind of half-hearted attempt to get it in behind. The chase down is on though. Robertson keeps the pressure on, but Taylor should be comfortable enough with that one. Kind of half pass. It's a fucking slack one. Schmeichel will have to do something half awkward there, and it makes it even worse for Taylor to try and get it under control. That was just bad from start to finish all across the board there, man. God damn. Just got injured, yeah. It was a... can't remember the exact specific of it, but it was a leg injury. He'll be out for a little bit yet. Dundee are throwing numbers back in defence. It's what they do well. Like I said, they like to kind of sweep in on themselves and they'll win the ball in the midfield and then break in mass. Think like zombie apocalypse scenario when the fence kind of falls over and all the zombies just rush at once, you know what I mean? Like that's Dundee's kind of system in a sense, you know what I mean? Kind of contain and break. Yeah, there we go, thank you for the update on that one, Anton, appreciate it. Might not see him for a game or two yet, but we can use him, so it's not as if it's all bad. Decent. Come back, potential break. McCowan opts to kind of leave it on the drag about, so trust they can get involved on this one. Goes for the spread pass. Young will have to kind of beat the punch. He does keep it in play. Doesn't with the set. That is fucking bad, man. Like, no offence, Young. You had 2 bites at the cherry and you fucked it up on both fronts. Please, respectfully, figure it out, man. Leslie's just going to do the long throw again. It seems to be their tactic. Just get it as high up the pitch as they can and try what they can to force it. Ah, that's more like trying to Buzan. If you're asking me personally, Mark. It's more of a metaphor. There's a potential chance for us to get him behind there. Instead, Dundee might actually convert this opportunity if they can get away from the kind of sea of bodies. It takes a fortunate break, but thankfully, it's right to the part for Taylor. They're holding a decent line. You can't take anything away for Dundee in their kind of approach. You can't argue with it too much either. It's been a very respectable performance for us so far. Decent enough for Trusty, just kind of keeps it on the deck, maybe looking for any open lanes. Keeping it on the deck, comfortable enough. Good pass in behind, there's a potential break down the line there. Opts to go for the long switch instead. That's a lovely like chest control touch there for Johnston, we love to see that. Good team football this, played out towards Yang. Steps out, gets it across, Taylor again. Just good play between this offensive line. Dundee are doing their best to kind of hold it up where they can, but again Celtic are just playing around them. Lovely back heel flick. Whoa, that's lovely. Still going, go on son. McCowan, shot straight into the hands of Trevor Carson, but that was a lovely piece of play. You can't take anything away from that. The wee back heel touch involved in that play was just genuinely fantastic. It didn't necessarily walk out. You can't take anything away from McCowan. He does well to find the little kind of shimmy for the shot, hits it hard and hits it low, but doesn't necessarily find the target. And maybe with the power that he would have hoped at the very least. They did well to get it on target, give him credit for that, but that's about the extent of it, sadly. That's on you, but yeah, that's the thing. I'll probably just prioritise him. They probably won't play him unless it's absolutely crucial when we go against Kelly for the cup in the 4th round, but otherwise most likely you'll see his first like full minutes when young boys comes around, and that's if he's even like 100% fully fit. You never know. Rodgers could take the safe route and play him in the second half if it comes to it. You never really know. It's a good play out for the back quarter because might go long with this one. Does go long with this one. It's nice. That is a lovely backheel pass, and the breakaway is fantastic. Could have been something, but Jesus Christ, that was good. I like the idea first though. Just your typical away game, 100%. Oh, lovely pass out for the back. There could be a potential break here. Could take in spin touch for Taylor. Oh, fancy, big man. We love to see it. But Paolo overhits it to Yang, and the Portugueseman looks a wee bit pissed off with that, rightfully so. Why would you be celebrating that, Caden? If anything, you would want us to score. If you're referring to Dundee, fantastic. Then you're valid. You're more than valid. However, if it's against us, then it's going to be sent forward by Dundee. That's a lovely attempted crossfield pass. To be fair, it was like pinch perfect, but Johnston was there and just hassled him enough. Ingram does well enough to kind of win the throw-in. Dundee do have the ball on the edge of the box, or at least temporarily did for about 5 seconds. They played it in behind. Don't know if he's on side there or not, but they will allow it to run for now. Played out towards the edge of the box. He should go for a cross here. Could have been something. I think they've held off for offside there. Jesus Christ, that's trigonometrical. Because I'm the only guy in the village. I love Little Britain, man, it's hilarious. Yeah, but, no, but, yeah, but, no, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. It's just, oh, dude, that has brought back so many fucking, like, really weird sick days for high school where you just lie there watching shit on, like YouTube clips. Oh my god, man, that's pure nostalgia. That and Come Fly With Me. Probably shaped a lot of my deadpan sarcasm, I'll be fully honest with you. That's a great ball in by. Chase it, Yang. Chase it. Right idea, doesn't necessarily execute. Unlucky. I respect that Carson was out there to kind of close it down. Oh, nice little press fair I did there. He forced the clearance. One Robertson to the other, but instead Schmeichel gets involved and says no thank you and fuck you. Gets the ball, spreads it out. Celtic will look to break. That is a loose pass, man. Ooh. I don't like it. That's a good pass actually. Potential break in behind. Dangerous enough, but we'll be forced to go back with that one. Trusty comfortable enough to gather it. Keep it simple, boys. We love to see genuine football here. It's been a good first half so far. Things have calmed down a wee bit since the first goal, don't get me wrong, but definitely one-way traffic since then. That's a great ball into the box. Good loitering. I think it was Silla. I'm not even sure who it was actually. Someone was loitering in the back there. Yeah. That's honest, yeah, you've got it spot on, Virgil. The board says no. Chance from us from this corner. Ball's dangerous. Still potential. Oh, it's been given for a foul. I think Celtic caught the Vickers had a bit of a bonding moment in the middle of the box there. Fair enough. We have just had the holiday from hell. God fucking damn it, man. You've opened up another can of worms with that shit. Carson's going to send this one long, looking for any potential in behind routes. Takes a bounce off of one of the Celtic bodies. Can't really specify which one it was, but it was one of them. It's out for a Dundee throw-in. Definitely potential for damage here. 7 minutes to that. I think if we get there and it's still 1-0, definitely wouldn't be considered a bad one. We consider that middle of the road type of performance, nothing too good, nothing too bad. That's a foul on a Celtic body there. Pretty sure one of the Dundee boys kind of caught him off guard there. I think McCowan was the one dragged down, he was. So foul for us. And he was dragged down a belter, by the way, kind of collides him in the air and then follows through on him. Maybe a wee bit lucky to escape without a card there, but nonetheless we move. Maybe the referee just didn't deem it as a dangerous challenge. Young's having a fantastic game as well. Like, yeah, one or two weird miss-pass moments, but besides that, he's keeping the ball close to his feet, finding routes where he can, trying to force it where he can, and he's hustling. Definitely can't disrespect it. I thought something was up with Trusty there because of the way he kind of looked bent over. Thought something was up, but he seems fine, so thank God. Could have been potentially dangerous there. The pass across the back could be potentially lethal. That's something, I suppose. Good press. I definitely wouldn't say it was a bad half for the most part. I think we've done most of the things that we could have. Right, that's a good ball in behind. The chase is on. Please use it across. Just kind of a dead touch, to be honest. I don't know if it's a corner or a goal kick for us, but it's one of them for sure. Certainly dangerous enough. Bernard will be the one to kind of tee up and go for it. Oh shit, why are people saying 1-1? It's a corner kick on my fucking screen. What do you mean 1-1? Please no. That would suck. We'll set it up. Dundee will try and break out from the back. That could be dangerous. Oh shit, yeah, there's that lucky bounce that God just fucking foretells for teams that are not us. Break it on. Oh, it's a good finish as well. Fuck right off, man. And I believe it's actually Akawemi as well, the fella that got the equaliser for against Rangers that scored. You're fucking joking. It's a lovely finish. You can't take anything away with it. Akawemi gets in behind and manages to put it in. That is, like, you can't argue with it. But it takes the fucking deflection bounce of a lifetime to break away for them to get through there. And we just don't really cover our space. That little defensive lapse in judgment, you can tell for the reactions of one or two of them, they are fucking pissed off with that. McCowan's reaction should say that all, because I think he was trying to shout to get that space covered, but he just takes one step inside, hits it as hard as he can, picks his spot early and commits to it. You can't take anything away. He uses his man as like almost like a guiding post, bends it around him, and it's a fantastic goal. You can't take anything away from it. But Celtic will be kicking themselves in the foot because that stemmed from us having a fucking set piece chance. How do they break away and score for that? Like I said, they like to win that ball in that midfield area and they break in mass. I fucking called that shit, man. That's a prime example of what they do better than most teams in this league. Honestly, like I said, they're top 5 in that department for a reason. Perfect example out of counter-attack right there. Now Celtic will have to wake up and potentially go again. Ball's in behind, good take and touch. How's your composure? could have been better defensively. Yeah, I think so. I can't disagree with that to some extent because of the little bounce that kind of opened it up for them. But I think when it comes to the actual shot, Johnston kind of positions himself as well as he can. It's just, again, Arumi does really well to kind of pick the space around them. And there's a breakdown that side for us. Yang falls on his arse and just gives the ball away. That's something, I guess. Trusty does well to stand his man up and win that. McCowan does well with the touch inside. Kyogo doesn't really win that one, and Dundee can just clear the lines again. There's a bit of a chase down, but that should be Schmeichel's every day of the week, and it is. What are you talking about, Watchal? Is someone in chat's talking shit or something? Oh, good ball behind, but it's popped up and away in the end. Still potential for us to do some damage in, towards the end of this half, but definitely not comfortable end to it for sure. Johnson maybe shouldn't have let me get inside by positioning, yeah. But I can't really disagree with that, to be fair. But again, it takes that little bounce off the inside. That's kind of what probably fucks the kind of fundamentals of how they were planning to defend initially. And you can't take anything away from it, don't get me wrong, but it's just typical, you know what I mean? It's like the typical fucking Celtic goal to concede. Just stupid, but nonetheless, it is what it is, right? Football is football. Maybe Johnson could have stepped out and maybe done a bit more with it. Maybe he could have, opened his legs out a bit more just to kind of try and get a deflection off that, and maybe it could have took it around the post, but can't say too much wrong with that. That's a great ball into the box. How's your hold up play, either? Pretty good, but he just puts it back out to the exact place he got it from, so what the fuck was the point in the pass into the box in the first place? Ball, edge of the area, over the top, dangerous, could be dangerous still, surely a chance. It's flicked up and away and the referee's given a foul for something anyway, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Yeah, unfortunately it's not going fully to plan. Let's be honest with it, Michael. It's one of those ones. Again, not the worst half in the world, but not the best half either. Can't take anything away for the goal, can't argue in the slightest, but again, pretty depressing. It's not looking safe for Carson there. It was a good ball in behind. Can't really fault it for Bernardo, but never really looked like it was going to be particularly too threatening there. Would have been a very hard angle to kind of flick that ball over. Dundee just try to send it forward immediately. Straight into the hands of Schmeichel. Thank God for that. He's going to just play it out for the back and potentially will kind of break away with this one. Taylor to Trusty across to Carter Vickers. Might just take the time and bounce up the midfield a little bit. The ball into the box is decent. But Dundee are more than comfortable to just deal with it for now. Can't have faulted too much. Pretty disappointing in some aspects for fucking damn sure, but hey, could be worse. We should have been out of sight. Yeah, I mean, I guess to some aspect, we haven't made anywhere near enough chances to justify saying that we should be 2 or 3 in front. I think 1-0 would have been fair enough, but like I said, it was going to be first half syndrome, second half syndrome. First half were never particularly great, second half we come alive. Might take to the 80th minute, kind of like what happened with fucking County, to be honest with you. It could be a carbon copy of the County situation, let's be honest, but nonetheless. And that is half time. We'll just straight up blow for it now. I don't think they're wasting too much in that aspect, so fair enough, can't argue with it. Can't argue with it at all. Pretty decent all round. Pretty decent as a whole, but again, definitely some things that we can change in the second half. I think there's a couple of things we need to do offensively, because again, Ida seems a bit quiet. Missed a chance or two, and that's going to be a bit of a problem for me, if you're asking me. So yeah, it's definitely one of those for sure. I'll just message Flash with this quickly, see if Sorry, I don't. It's that man trait where you can't do fucking more than just like the safe, typing different things at once. So we go, everything should be fine. It had been a bit of a dead weight a bit too often recently. I mean, I guess to some degrees I can't argue with it. It's one of those where I want to kind of be optimistic and say, look, there's a lot of things that he's done right, and to be fair, yeah, like his hold-up play's been decent, but you're a striker, right? That would be my argument. You're a striker for a goddamn fucking reason, so it's one of those. That'd be the kind of the argument. Angels in a tie, my head in either, or my head on for either, I should say. Shift Kyogo back through the middle. Reasonable changes, but again, you're probably just trying to conserve as much energy as you can in these types of games. And if we look at the bench, who would make sense? Let's have a gamble. Because we could bring Palmer on. I think that would be a reasonable change. You could put Yang back on the right hand side, bring Palmer on, and that keeps all the main kind of starters fit and keeps Kuhn rested mainly. And then even then, actually, you could just do like a straight switch where you put Palmer on for either, push Kyogo central, and then you could play Palmer on the right and keep Yang on the left. That would work for me, honestly. I think you're right about like Angels and Atati, but I think it'll be a case of like maybe a bit later with those switches, like 65th, 70th minute, before they kind of consider to actually make those kind of changes. But I like your thinking. I'm definitely 100% kind of on the right ball, I would say, Virtual. Maybe the only tweak I would make is the kind of like I would just discuss that Palmer change, because that would make more sense to give him some minutes. Still apparently 1-0 between Forest and Liverpool. That's mad. Can't take anything away for that. Fair play to them. Fucking fantastic shift for the fellas. Let's have a little look, see if we gained any subscribers this half. Let's take a gander. We've lost one. That's fabulous. How many streamers do you know that go live and lose active follows? That's fantastic. Very cool. Pog, we love to see it. Glad I went live. God fucking damn. Literally the one thing that actually keeps me in the algorithm as well. Great. Can't argue with it. Number 6, nice to see you, my man. Hope you're enjoying yourself, hope you're having a lovely night. Happens. Sometimes people like subscribe, I guess, and then they forget that it's a watch along, and when they click on it the next time they're like, oh, it's just this guy, and then they'll unsubscribe or whatever. It's fine, it happens. It's one of those, I'm like, god fucking damn, like the one thing that I'm actively trying to get. Can't really achieve it. It's a bit sad, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? We keep going, we keep grafting, it's fine. My god, Forest are actually second. Granted, Arsenal do have that game in hand, but keep it docile, boys, keep it docile. Yeah, a little bit of banter, but don't overstep any personal lines. That's the way I would look at it. You know what I mean? That's the way I would look at it indeed. Can't really argue with it for too much of the sense, so it's more than fine, I guess, but I mean, yeah. It's just a case of what we do for the second half now, because again, with the changes that we're making, I'm thinking Palmer, that would make sense, maybe get on out for the start. You know what I mean? That would kind of, you know, do what's necessary. Oh, that's very kind of you, number 6. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you. Thank you. That makes up for a little bit of a loss. That's fantastic. Cheers very much, my boy. Appreciate that. I think even if this game gets a draw, that will get a yes at the end of the game. So at the very least, there's that. I'd remind you of Lawson. That's already a very conspicuous statement to say. I'll tell you that right now. That's the type of shit that get you thrown in a slammer, or more importantly, probably a psych ward. Aye. Maybe not your personal details for sure. I suppose that's fair. I'll wait for that notification thing to come through my Streamlabs, because usually it does, but it seems to either be very, very delayed, or it will just jump scare me about 10 minutes from now when I'm least expecting it. Because usually something comes up, but for some reason, nah. Like, what the fuck? Thanks, YouTube. Very cool, very pog. At the very least, I can go and like give it a wee like heart, so I'm going to do that now. Can you even do it with these? No, the only thing I can do is apparently put the user in time. Well, I'm not fucking doing that. Jesus Christ. Hey there, Mark. Nice to see you, fella. You came in at a very conspicuous time. There's a half-time scoreline if you're just wanting a little gander at it. Being a very strange half. Not a bad half. We played okay, but we just kind of got caught in that midfield pressing counter-attack that we were literally talking about at the start of the fucking game. So that's fun. We like to see things that we call out happening in real time. That's great. It's always fun for the soul, but I love to see that. Hope you're doing well as well, Martin. Hope you're doing class. Very true, Flash. The more the merrier. That's the way I would look at it. I don't know. If you're looking at it from an offensive change, like, do we take off either? That's probably the kind of main thing I would say. In fact, I'll do a wee poll. Right. We'll get a wee poll, and we'll get some people involved. We'll do something of the sort. So, what from here? So, do we go for either off? Do we go for midfield changes? Wing changes? Or all of the above? Have your say, boys. Have your say. Little vote going on if you want to take a little gander at it. Gives you a little chance to kind of weigh in and kind of put down what you would kind of suggest. There's definitely options there. Would you take either off, just make a straight switch, potentially go for something like, again, a Palmer, put Keel, go central, take him off, put him in somewhere else, go for midfield changes, go for wing changes, or would you go for all of the above? It's a pretty kind of, you know, interesting one when you think about it, but I think there's some definite changes that we would have to make for sure, just to kind of get over the line on this one, because it's been a little bit meh at the best of times. So I'd like to see a tad more on the on that front. Oi, I'm the second half's going to kick off in about a minute or two anyway, so give either a full 90. I mean, I suppose you're right in some aspects, but like, if he misses another big chance, then I would say maybe take him off. Like I said, right now, the only change that I would maybe consider making, I would say, for the vibes, just bring Kerr on, just because he terrifies everybody that ever plays against him. But realistically, if there's going to be like a safe change, like I said, it would be that Palmer type of switch, just to give someone a bit of extra minutes and, you know, kind of prioritise the wingers that are actually fully fit, you know. You're definitely not wrong in your own way, mate. Like, again, that's why these kind of, I can only put 4 options in, I'll be real. There's like all of the above and then none of the above, but I couldn't do that. And wing changes are kind of important as well, because that is something that we could genuinely take and do. But Who's on the wings right now? On the wings right now, it's Yang on the left and Farashi on the right. So you kind of have like that. Have a minute or two, and then we'll kind of end the voting and see what people are thinking. Maybe Angels are attack for balls into either. Yeah, I guess that would make more sense if you kind of drop the midfield back a little bit more. I think you'd be kind of onto something. Or just kind of discussing what the potential changes would be. And to be fair, there's a couple of ones that we could make, and I'll be curious to see if we make any early ones for sure. Oh, that's plus. We're back up to where we were before we went live. That's fantastic. Thank you to the people that either resubscribed or new here. We do appreciate you. I don't know why, but some of the notification things ain't coming through. Like, I'm still waiting to be jump scared by that 10 quid donation. Well, the boys will be getting ready to come out in the next minute or so. So we'll be ready to go, hopefully anyway, and maybe a bit of a more illustrious start to the second half. Get a like I said, a wee early one. That'd be fantastic. That's more than fair. They go to this one temporarily, then that's fine. Ah, no worries about it, Chief. I just seen it there. Do what you gotta do, brother. Temporary solution. We'd love to see it. Oh, he's Lowe's. Hey, then, Lowe's. I thought you'd already subscribed, fella, but we'd love to see that. Thank you for joining us. What? Right, let's end this poll. Let's see what things have been said. What are the changes? If you're asking me personally, I would say it's a toss-up between the wingers and maybe taking either off. Let's have a little gamble. What does the poll say? Oh, 62%. A few for all of the above, a couple midfield changes, no wing changes. I think that's reasonable, to be fair. I can't really argue with that too much, but we'll kind of see how the second half unfolds. For sure. We'll be back in a minute or two. Come on. A decent second half, that's all I'm asking for. Swear to God, Flush is the worst luck when it comes to his PCs. Poor fella, man. Poor dude indeed. Can't argue with it. Ugh, kind of glad that this was a later kick-off at the very least, because I can be a bit more chill with these ones. Usually I need to pure like try and force my energy out and be like pure happy and all that good jazz. At least that's when I can pure like vibe, relax, not take it too seriously. Lennon and Boyd are just chanting shit as the boys get ready to. I mean, to be fair, we're out and basically ready to go. We're just waiting on the county boys. On the county boys, what the fuck am I saying? The Dundee boys. It's because their training kits look almost identical to county's home kits. That's like uncanny as fuck, actually. Jesus Christ. But I can confirm for you, Ida isn't off. He's still on the pitch. Ugh. I suppose that's fair, I suppose that's fair. Just want a decent second fucking half, man, that's all I'm asking for. Anything worse than that, we'll kind of take it. Come on, boys. Bournemouth are 2-1 up against Chelsea. That doesn't surprise me in the fucking slightest. Half decent performance is all I'm asking for. Why is this being so weird? Can you just like fuck off? Thank you. Very cool. Come on, boys. Anything but a bad performance in this half will probably see us drop points. I mean, Dundee are a team that can capitalise on these half chances for sure, so gonna have to consider that. Just check it on flash, make sure he's alright, man. Some good football is all we're asking for, man. Plating dive. Can't attest to anything yet. The link that Flash gave me isn't particularly too, I'll be honest, great. Like, for a goal, that'd be the fucking minimum, man. That's all I'm asking for. There's some decent passing to begin with, I'll say that much, but we kind of need to pick up the pace, because the game, the longer we let this go, we don't want it to be like a county situation for a few days ago where you're just waiting for the inevitable. Come on. Already try to get into the box, that could be awkward. Damn, that's unlucky. Not exactly what you like to see. I'll just tell the little thing in my Discord, I think that might be flashback. Yeah, definitely a little bit uncomfortable there, that one, I'll say that for fucking free. Just waiting for Flash to pull up his thing again. There, we'll just have to do this for now. Good pass. Could be awkward, still awkward. Decent enough for Taylor to kind of keep that one on the ground in a way, but it's still dangerous. Back up to Watchalong, decent. Good, but again we're cutting it inside. If we keep doing what we're doing there for the next 10 or 15 minutes, then things are going to get a tad bit awkward, I'll say that much. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a bad performance for us to stop. If we're passing around the edge of them, more than fine enough, but we're looking a little bit leggy at times. Like I said, those changes might need to come a tad earlier. Maybe rather than the 65th, could be something along the lines of a kind of, at least for me, I would say anyway, 55th. Like 5 more minutes, then we consider making those changes for sure. But Taylor looks a wee bit more fired up than the rest of them to begin with, so that's always a plus, we take that. Either getting a goal is the minimum we would kind of hope to see at the very least. Thank you to the people subscribing, that's very kind indeed, thank you very much. I think something might be broken with my like alerts or something, because none of them notifications are coming through. But you are seen and you are heard and you are valid and cool. Thank you very much. That's a good header forward, keep the pressure on him, Chief. Good enough for Carlo. Trusty, shimmies it towards the side. Come on Taylor, shimmy it man, get it up there. We need to go for the blood when we can smell it, otherwise it's going to be a bit dangerous, especially as this game drags on. Dundee know how to close the game out when it gets desperate. So the longer we leave this, the more awkward it's going to feel as time kind of drags on, 100% anyway. You can kind of feel it. Rogers doesn't look too happy, but nonetheless, can't argue with it in that sense. Again, Dundee just taking all the time to set themselves up. Oh shit. That's very kind of you, Flash. Thank you very much, my guy. I was not expecting that in the goddamn slightest. That's very, very kind of you, Chief. Things you love to see. I guess we'll think the ones that kind of pop in. We love to see it. Pilot, Crumbs, what a name. Welcome, man. Enjoy the gifty. Likewise with Jack. Happy Chappy. We'll love to see that. And Gnome Finnegan. Oh, there's two that we actually love to see it. That's class. Hope you enjoy, lads. Just get some perks like badges and stuff, and maybe you get to celebrate with a little goal on the break because we've got the ball into the box. Played across. Dangerous deflection. Could have been danger. Oh, man. Should have been something there. Big opportunity for us, but we didn't really fucking capitalise on it. I respect the fact that we tried, though. That was decent. God fucking damn, that could have been something, man. Could have been something indeed. Enjoy your emojis, ladies and gents. We'll love to see that, man. We'll love watching the same thing again. That was a big opportunity with the first time round, to be fair. We're kind of keeping the pressure alive, though. Just jump back about 10 seconds for no reason. That's always fun. Dundee in the edge of the box. Just kind of pincer roll straight through to Schmeichel. No danger, no faff, no fuss. Comfortable enough. People are saying it's 2-1. Oh shit, hold on a second. This could be good then. That would be fantastic. Hold on. We do have a delayed stream, that's what I'm kind of saying, lads. We'll try and minimise the calls. The ball over the top, slightly dangerous, nothing too thingy there. How fucking delayed is this one then? Jesus Christ. At this point I might as well have just went and fucking hunted one of my own. Put out towards the edge as McCowan. Switched. I might just generally go and find my own fucking stream because this one's delayed by a solid 2.5 minutes by the fucking looks of it, man. This is a joke. Fuck me, man. There's delayed and then there's delayed. Ball's played across. That is a good ball into space. Yang is there. It's a good fucking awkward one to be fair, but we'll take it. It's a header up and in. Absolute bliss. Yeah, absolutely fuck this, man. I'm not dealing with this crap whatsoever. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. This is why I do shit solo most of the time. That's fine, that's also fine. Give me this one. That should be good enough. See if this one's any more up to fucking do it, man. The goal for Yang was genuinely beautiful, by the way. You can't take anything away with it. Cannot take anything away from it at all. We've got another feed that's further ahead. It is 2-2 by the way, but I can't actually say anything until I see this one back. I might miss Dundee's goal entirely because all I'm getting is fucking lag on this one. I might just have to close Discord down, to be honest. It is 2-2, I can confirm. It's just done like one big fucking lag skip and all of a sudden... Yeah. What happened? That's what I want to know. I want to skip back to the Discord feed and watch it back, but it is 2-2. I thought my fucking PC was bad, that's all I'm saying, man. Yeah, you'd make the argument for costing pause. I'm watching the delayed feedback just to see what the fuck happens for the goal, because I am curious. But I guess not. Oh shit, Dundee have had another strike! Fuck's sake, man, that could have been a third. Jesus Christ, that was a brilliant struck shot. That really should have been a third. Dundee look like they've woken up. They're going for fucking blood here. Interesting. It's like Yang scored and the rest of them switched on. I've seen this one back. Let's take a look. What the fuck happens? Takes a... Oh, Carter. Oh, I'm kind of glad I didn't fucking see that in real time, because that is woefully bad, man. It takes a really shitty bounce. Could have been 3-2 to Dundee. It was a well-struck shot. It just didn't find the net. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, I was really unlucky for that perspective. I mean, like, Kortevickers tries to adjust to kind of make it go the other direction, but he can't keep that one out. Schmeichel just kind of gets caught completely off guard with it. Like, it's not ideal whatsoever, man. What the fuck was that? Like, I can go back to the other feed now. This one's, like, way further ahead. Ball's into the box for Dundee on the throw in. That could be awkward. The pass back's dangerous, but not impossible to deal with. Dundee will have it in the final third though. They're starting to fucking go for this, man. Jesus, lads, don't do this now. Ball deflects. Dundee have a header. They've missed another big fucking chance. That's 2 big chances in about 2 minutes. I mean, the first half, the left-hand side were easily the best fucking asset of our team. Paolo does horribly giving that ball away. Ida gets involved, but it takes a deflection that actually makes it better for Dundee to get the header off with that one. And it goes to the side and away. Fuck's sake, it's not 3-2, Caden. Can I show you that? But it Daniel fucking nearly was. There's a yellow card coming out, I think, for Paolo. Thanks for that after the after challenge on Silla. We definitely need to consider making fucking changes. I was hoping we'd make them on the 55th because the players look tired and they're starting to get frustrated. That was very stupid for Paolo. Shouldn't have swung out at that whatsoever. Decent enough ball into the box here for Dundee can actually cause some fucking problems. This is the annoying thing about it. Yeah, had some technical issues. We switched up. I found one that's actually, you know, further ahead. It's a great free kick! Fucking hell, Dundee are literally... I do not know how many times they've missed that left-hand fucking post by a ball here. But that should have been 3. The defence really need to wake the fuck up now, man, because it's getting a wee bit stupid. I don't know what Schmeichel's doing this for like he had it covered, because you did not have that covered, son. What the fuck? And the change we make McCowan. We don't bring off Ida. We bring off McCowan, right? Well, that sure, I guess. Looks like, oh, right, well, Coon's the other change, so that's interesting, but why the fuck is a midfielder coming off for a winger? Unless Kyogo's going to get shifted central, I imagine that would be the plan then, yeah. So Coon's on, he'll be going into the right hand side. Kyogo will go into the central spot, Ida comes off, he'll make space for Arlen. Of course McCowan comes off I think for Rio, so it's just a straight switch in the midfield for that one, but pretty interesting one. Could have been, looks like, I mean, Ida doesn't seem too happy, but he's taking his shot off, and it looks like he's just heading off. I'm not sure if it's a potential injury issue for him, or if he's just pissed off and wants to go home. I can't honestly blame him. I'm in the same kind of boat. I was going to say, why is like my fucking PC screen froze there? That was scary. I thought I was just about to crash. Oh, that could have been bad. That's a good touch out for Johnston, but it looks like Dundee are actually the ones that are being more aggressive in this one. Get a bloody grip is damn right. They do love football when it gets very awkward and like hard to deal with. Caden celebrating either coming off. Well, we'll see if it changes the offensive kind of trajectory of things. But give Dundee their credit, they've came out in the second half with a point to prove and they're keeping the game equal. I don't know how they're doing it with less than fucking 25% possession though. Dundee thrown into the box, headed up and awkward, not dealt with, headed in again, not really cleared, and Dundee's, I think centre back is the one that gets onto it, maybe one of the midfielders. Oh, it was Gazar, that's fine, it was Gazar going through that kind of like half swings at it and it goes way up and over, but again, Dundee are forcing the issue, they're trying their best to get in behind. Is Kenny coming on? Maybe so, others it would be an interesting one, but nah, for now it's Kuhn's coming on, Kyogo's getting shifted central. Ida's coming off, and then you've got obviously Arne and Natati coming on. They balance that out, good press. Dundee are doing what they can to win the ball. Black Carter and McGregor have like a moment where they just kind of half-heartedly decide between the two of them who should get it. Nah, I fully get what you mean, Virtual. 100%. Carter. Good step out pass, here's Kuhn. Good to see him get some minutes, especially, you know, a week out from probably one of the most important games in fucking club history for us. Aye, Paolo wasn't particularly great, that's a shot for the edge of the area, that takes a big deflection, it's spilled, surely! How the fuck are you missing all of these? How are you missing all of them? That's genuinely incredible. I'm fucking baffled. The shot for the edge of the area that comes through everybody. Keeper spills it. I think the referee gives a foul for something in the build-up anyway, but for fuck's sake, man, Taylor just doesn't really do the best job there. Kind of tries to be too fancy with it, doesn't put his like laces through that one whatsoever, and it's just we can consider that sitter number 2 for the game. And again, it's in that 6-yard box. It seems like we are allergic to finishing fucking shots for inside that range. It's meant to be the easiest part of the pitch to score for. Mulligan's on the chase down to get there, and to be fair, he covers it well. Young's kind of chased him down, and the referee stopped it for something though, I guess. Nah, it doesn't matter if he's offside or not, point of principle. The chance we can sign Carson, he wouldn't be a bad backup goalkeeper now. That's fair enough, we'll see what we're working with. Hopefully it's not too bad for you, Chief. It might just be Discord that tends to do that to people's internet sometimes. That's why I tend not to really use it on my PC, because it genuinely, it's like Chrome, like 5 years ago, how it would just eat up your computer's fucking usage. It's a good header forward. But straight in the hands of Carson on the other side, fuck's sake, lads. Well, we got about 25 minutes to salvage something. Well, I say that 24.5 minutes, it might be a bit more accurate. The Wi-Fi was everything others with a lesser paid box. Ah, I get it, mate. Can't argue with it too much. Oh, it's 1-1 to Liverpool. Ah, that's good. Both my teams are drawing then, I suppose that's like a silver lining of sorts. I'd like both of them to convert it into victories. Fucking Saporino, that'd be great. Would love to look at Sinisalo. I guess to an extent, Chief, maybe he gets a start in the cup. I'd like to see him get a start in the cup at the very least. Make him the cup goalkeeper at the, like, give him a chance. Good pass across. Dundee have pit-pocketed it. Fuck right half, boys, you're not doing this. That was a horrible pass, and now Dundee are on the break, man. They're doing their best to force away into the box. Ball's kind of tipped up and away. Celtic will get to that one. The pass is actually very fucking clean. I cannot fault that whatsoever, and Celtic can break now and gels with a very decent pass attempt of his own, and Celtic will do his best. No, that's a good chase down by Rio. Doesn't get on the end of it. Dundee will have to do their best. Celtic keeping the pressure on them, but they're just kind of slithering like a snake, getting between them, doing what they can. I love that, Harry. Just good old fashioned colours. We'll love to see it. Your stream is pain. Oh, that might be a card coming out for a Dundee player. That might be considered high foot. And the yellow card does come out. I think he knew that because he turned away for Johnston almost immediately. He does catch him. It's not high enough to cat him in the head. Johnston obviously kind of has to sell it at that point. It is a yellow card. Ingram's in the book. I mean, I've used TalkTalk ever since I've moved in here and they've done fantastic. They usually give me money off my bill if they ever have a like bad month of performance or whatever. How you doing, Stephen? Nice to see you, Chief. Ah, that's pain, Rob. That's absolute pain. You reckon ends 4-2 to Celtic? I mean, this is what I'm thinking. It might be another county type scenario with the final 10 minutes. Celtic will just kind of come alive. That's what I'd hope anyway. But we seem a wee bit kind of stuck in the mud a little, trying to kind of get ourselves into that position to do some damage. We've missed some big opportunities now as well. But to be fair, so have Dundee. We've hit the bar and put a couple to the side net and spilled some really easy chances straight towards Trevor Clarkson, but it's not as if Dundee haven't put some really beautiful shots just to the side of the post. Either team could have about 3 or 4 more goals on a different day, man. This could be a 6-6, if I'm being fully fucking honest. There's an overlap pass down that side. Johnston gets the cross, takes a nick off a Dundee player, and that should be a corner kick for us, and is. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you, Chief. How's the game going? Very mixed bag. Honestly, for this type of game, it's a good call to make. Stephen, can't argue with it, man. That's a sense you would see in like the Wild West in the 1800s. Virginia being the worst company ever. Oh, well, the referee just held it up right as Gilles is going to swing at that one. That's interesting. Dundee are a very good side, yeah. They are fighting out to be in the top 6. It's a very like big battle down there. That's well swung in though. Dangerous. Still awkward. Bouncing around. Not really dealt with. We've kind of held it up. Maybe on will go for a cross here. Probably not. Referee says offside for something, I guess. I got to be honest with you, it looked like Arn was more than onside. I don't understand that. Like, he was comfortable. What the fuck are you talking about, ref? Is it for Taylor? Oh, it's Taylor. Fair enough. Well, Yanks came off. That's one of the other changes, and it might be Palmer that's coming on. It's good to see. I back him. Big style. I like Palmer. I think he'll do something good. Valet's the other change and the final change for this game. Taylor comes off, so definitely a bit more of a pacey approach towards it in this left-hand side. So definitely potential for damage, 100%. This could be damn interesting. 20 odd minutes left in this game for something to happen, and if it's going to happen, it's going to have to happen relatively soon. The longer this drags on, the more awkward it will be for both sides. Oh, let's fucking go. Is that 2-1 then, Flash? I really hope that's 2-1, that'd be bliss. Played across the face of the kind of midfield area. Carter Vicker steps inside, good passing. And just popped up and away, and Dundee will chase that down. It's going to be a slight battle. And Dundee still do their bit to retain it. We do keep the ball under control, which is good enough for me. I'll take that. My laptop's a little bit to turn off, which is always fun. Perfect time for that because we're in the box. Hold on a second. It just snaps it. It doesn't commit to it and goes out for a goddamn goal kick. That's a few times that's happened in the last few minutes, but at least we're trying to attack them inside those areas. Are you fucking kidding me? You fall out. Fall out again. Yeah, try me. That's what I thought. The advantages of having multiple screens, Flash. sitting there looking like you're in the fucking VAR room, keeping tabs in multiple games. That's fair enough, I suppose. Can't even argue with it. Whoop. Okay, but I guess Valley just fell over the ball there. That's interesting, but he, still gets it forward, so we ain't going to complain. Good cut back. It's going to be a bit of a chase down. They do get it across. Shimmied. Okay, on that right hand side, steps in, still going, takes a bounce. We should retain it. Great touch for the skipper. Played across, edge of the area, still dangerous. Might just be passed around, and maybe we'll look for a way in here. That's a good ball, and it takes a hefty touch, and it should be a potential chance for us. At least there's a player down. I think it's Robertson there. Him and Rio exchange a little moment there. In the Champions League, are you sure about that? Yeah, Gaz just corrected you. Europa League. Still a very good game. It would be Champions League quality like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. Say Europa League's about right. Oh, it's me. Come on, Celtic, get a fucking ball in the net, score a fucking goal. Kind of getting a bit irritated myself, man, because we're, again, passing around fine, we're doing brilliant to get into those areas, but we ain't taking too many chances, and it's a bit annoying. Decent hold-up play for Trusty. He's going to be put under some pressure there. It swung forward in the end. How's your touch? Pretty good, honestly, for Palmer. Can't take anything away from it, but he will still lose the ball. He's getting kind of circled by a few of them now. Yeah, I swilled to say, do you know you're doing him? Johnston. Oh, that's an awkward one if Kuhn can get there. If not, it might be a throw-in for us. No. Okay, fair enough. One of those games that's good for the coefficient, that would be my argument. Fucking itch right on the ridge of the nose, man. Very cool. Oh, it's one of those ones that make you want to sneeze. Fuck off. Donnelly throws it forward. Bruh. Great touch. Pressure's still on and well and truly alive. Keep it on, come on. I wouldn't imagine it would be right now, no. A draw wouldn't be ideal for the situation. Good interrupt by Cora, but Dundee are forcing the issue. Getting this. The hustling for Silla and Ingram on that left hand side for Dundee has been very impressive at times in this game, by the way. Like, I know I've not really mentioned them too much, but they've been damn well involved in most of the good, like, beneficial things down that side. Good hold up play, keeps it close to his chest, although again Celtic will keep the hassle alive. That doesn't seem like it's a foul, but the referee gives it as a foul, so that's interesting, very fun. I suppose. Yeah, I guess if they're playing at Old Trafford, then yeah, a point would be fantastic. Hey then, Shuto, nice to see you, fella. Sorry if you're just getting off of work or if you're just sitting in work seeing this shit, man. I feel sorry for you, but oh my god, they've got it into the box again. Great fucking brilliant rush for Schmeichel. He had to time that right. Jesus Christ, lads, come on now. Oh, it feels a wee bit. I mean, the first half was good, with like some negative notes. This has been more like pretty bad. with like small little bits of like potential good. Like, don't get me wrong, nice that Yang's got his goal, but after that point it's been very wishy-washy to which team deserves this. You would say on paper Celtic have played better, we've had more of the ball, we've definitely had a lot more of the successful passes, but again, like County, they just kept going forward. Like, anytime Dundee have the ball, they just immediately attack because they know defensively it's not Celtic's strongest suit, let's say. We're certainly better with the ball than without it, so they're like, fuck it, as soon as we get it, make sure that we put them under pressure and they have to earn it. And to be fair, Dundee have forced the issue once or twice. Only something happened in the box between Trusty and one of the... Nah. Respectfully, Trusty, what the fuck are you doing there, Chief? That was interesting. Fair enough. One of the boxes. Dangerous! You're fucking kidding me! It's 3-2! Donnelly gets on the end of it. It's poor marking at the back. You're fucking joking. They've turned this one around. And it's not as if it's even undeserved. They fucking do deserve it. There's nothing you can say. How the fuck is he being allowed in there, lads? Respectfully now. Oh, that is poor. That is fucking poor. The ball into the box is well placed. It's kind of looped over the 6-yard box. He's got a hold of Trusty's shot, but he's more than physical. Trusty still has the presence to jump, so I don't think there's anything too wrong with that. The question will be if the contact was there, as he has a hold of his shot, but again, still more than enough fucking time for them to react. Donnelly hits you with a good old-fashioned thingy celebration, which is never ideal, but there's no VAR check whatsoever. Balls. This is not good. Played in behind, loose touch. We're capitulating, boys. We need a fucking point at the goddamn fucking least. This is not ideal. Ball, into box, pop up, good touch. Come on, lads, shift it. Come on. Ball, looped, still dangerous. Dundee clear the lines. There's still time for us to get this game fucking turned around, but Jesus Christ, are we making this as difficult as fucking possible? Ridiculous, man. Ball whipped into the box, not really too dangerous. It'll pop out and Celtic will at least should retain the throw in, if not the ball in general. We have retained the ball in general. Brilliant. Played across the face of the central area. We can do something with this maybe. Ball into the box is half decent, but the overlap ain't really too dangerous. The cross in's decent. Dundee get it clear again. All of a sudden Celtic come alive offensively, but it might feel like it's a little too forced. Trusty and Murray getting each other's way, and Murray's celebrating like he's won the Champions League, I guess. Fair enough. How long's left? At this point in time, about 10 minutes, whatever's left of the additional time on top of that. It's not looking good, bruv. How the fuck is this happening, man? Carter Vickers. Rolled across the face of the area, maybe a shot for range, and it's... I don't get why the fuck a left back is taking a shot like that, but nonetheless he's taking a shot like that. Fair fucking enough, lads. What the hell was that? Fabulous. Things you love to see. Man, this stream has been something else entirely, hasn't it, man? It's been like fucking... We missed Dundee's second goal because of fucking issues with the Discord. And then since that point, it's somehow gotten worse. That's the incredibly, like, weird thing about it, is that somehow it has actually managed to get worse. That is a skill. How the fuck? Aye, silver linings, I suppose, Stephen, but still. Yeah, pretty much, Flash. Pretty fucking much. We'll make the end of this game pretty interesting, but Jesus Christ, it's going to be a bit stress. Only that's a Dundee throw. Can you refresh it? That is the score, that's the live score right there, Chief. Fuck's sake, Caden. Oh, listen, like, I get it to an extent, Joseph, but come on, man. Trusty's been, like, probably the best defender over the last month or so. Granted, this is an off performance, but nonetheless. Game ain't done yet. There's certainly time to at least bag an equaliser, and at the very least you take something away for this one. You know, minor victories, but fuck's sake, this is getting grim. At least a few shots, gentlemen, for the love of God. Valet. We're going backwards, boys, and you've given the ball away. We can't win every game, more the pity, but we do win the most trophies. I suppose that's, yeah, again, silver linings, but we can't be doing this. We can't get complacent and be like, losing 1-8, because then you lose a second, and then you lose a third, and then before you fucking know it, you're letting a fucking title race form for nothing. Keep in mind, we only drew against, what was it, St Mirren, no less than a few fucking things ago, and I lost to Rangers not long before that. We're starting to kind of stutter and step a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey there, Megan, nice to see you, man. Hope everything's good. I mean, we're feeling mentally absolutely fucked up. Physically a little bit better. There's a shot for range, it's a bit better. It's a little bit better for Angels, but it's not dangerous enough. God fucking damn it, we have been shocking. We've been woefully shocking, Megan. Yep, certainly feels like it. But hey, seems like every season there's a team in blue and white, right? If it's not Kelly, then it's St Johnstone. If it's not fucking St Johnstone, it's Dundee. But there's always a team in blue and white that every season seems to just get under the big two in Glasgow's skin. Because they've managed to obviously get that point against Rangers where they genuinely deserved 3 points out of that game. And so far they're on track to get 3 points out of this one. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, this is not ideal preparation for a Champions League game that makes or breaks your season. Some fight here, boys, come on. Ball's taking a pass through, takes a big deflection. Good enough challenge. Doesn't necessarily work, that's a good fucking break. Go on, brilliant feet, gets in behind, come on, run it, son. What the fuck is that cross? Still could be dangerous. Still in the box and take a shot, man. And he fucking skiffs it over the bar. And Giles, respectfully, mate, it ain't fucking rugby. You need to keep that under the bar. Minimum. That's the minimum. Either needs a confidence boost. That's the minimum I can say. Jesus. No way. Let's all laugh at Celtic, brother. We're not doing this. Respectfully. Like, if you were within touching distance, fair enough. Maybe you'd be valid. But nah. Just nah. This ain't going to, like, absolutely derail our season. It's just a really shit performance. Oh my god, man. Who knows? Who knows? But Dundee are going to make some changes of their own. It looks like midfield changes at that as well. Oh. Of course I don't. That's fantastic. Did I not grab one? I thought I did. That's stupid. I'm not taking a player off for injury now. I thought I grabbed some fucking... Bro. Oh no. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I need to check my blood, so I'm in my fucking meter right now. good. Well, fine. I could hear it beeping in the distance. I forgot I fucking left it in the other room. I was like, shit. Don't worry, my bloods will just dip in a wee tiny bit. It's nothing dangerous. We can see this game out comfortably. We've got about 3 minutes left. Nothing's happened in the 20 odd seconds that I was away. Fair enough. Don't call him a Jakey, David. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not lost yet. Exactly. Keep the optimism until the game is done. I think everyone had Celtic down for a win tonight. I don't think that's like a prophesical, you know, prediction. Dundee have just done exactly what they kind of do best. Sit on in themselves, break when it matters, and they've taken advantage. There'll be a few minutes of added time at the very least, because there have been, of course, injuries and things like that, as well as the goals itself, so there'll be probably about 5 minutes minimum, but that's about as much as I would see, honestly. Yeah, I mean, Chris Boyd will at least be able to sleep in it. That's a good ball into the box. So Palmer swings at it, and either entirely, and if he didn't, then he just missed it. And, oh, you fucking dick. I was hoping for that to be a corner, but he genuinely just did miss swing at that, didn't he? Lovely ball into space, and yeah. That is a corner. Wait, hold on a fucking sec. Comes after the Dundee. Of course, right. Yeah, they casually just missed that big opportunity for a corner and they don't give it. Interesting. Yeah, probably a good way to summarise it, Kevin. They've just had more fight, simple and pure. Can't take anything away from the way they've performed. But is it annoying that we fucking managed to do this somehow? Yes, very much so. Somehow we just managed to do this at least once a season where there's just like a baffling fucking result where you're like, how'd that happen? This is one of those. And to be fair, Carter Vickers, if he scored in the other net, then this game would be different. You know, it would be fantastic if he did it on the other side, but unfortunately no. I wouldn't say they played us half the park. Statistically, we've been better in every department still. The only difference is Dundee's just taking that one extra chance. Because defensively, we've been a little bit lacklustre. The 90th minute's just ticked over. For 4 additional minutes. So at the very least, a late equaliser would be ideal. But there could be a chance to kill the game for Dundee. They nearly fucking do, by the way. Silla just charges through between a really slack back pass and he just hits it as hard as he can, I should say. Ball sent forward. Good hold up touch. That's a loose ass touch for Trusty, but it should retain it more than fine. Ball's played into space. Good ball for Rio. That's awkward as fuck, by the way. Dundee are kind of camping themselves. Go on. Gets into the box. That's a shot that might have bounced off a hand, you know. It has bounced a hand. There we go. We might get something out of this. He's pointed to the spot. It's a penalty kick. Celtic have a penalty and it could be massive. Does it come off his hand? It does, clear as day. Penalty has to stand. Arm goes up in the air, hits here. That's a handball, as unfortunate as it is, it will be for Dundee's perspective. Especially considering the fact Silla just had that chance about a minute ago. Celtic have a penalty kick to potentially do something and maybe save themselves. Come on. Right, we'll take that. A point still something, but fuck's sake, man, it's still not necessarily what you'd call a good fucking result. It's going to be all to step up. Come on, big man. Do not fuck this up. Do not fuck this up. You miss this, I will fucking implode. Come on, Chief. Come on. Steps up. Fucking yes! Oh! Right! Okay. Still a shit performance, but better. That redeems it very slightly. Thank you, arm. Or should I say thank you, Silla's arm. Get it round, geez. Thank fuck for that. Care, where you at, bro? Please, come back. No one's laughing now. I feel bad for Dundee because honestly they deserve the fucking win. But we take it, that's something. Get up on somehow. God damn it, man, if there's a late fucking winner I'm going to break, like genuinely I'm going to break down. Ball's going to bounce around, cleared away. There'll probably be an extra minute now added on top of the 4 that we've got just to make sure because of that goal. We've definitely got unlucky there, but it is a clear penalty. There's no doubt in my mind about that one. It's been a game of really weird fucking scenarios. There's been an own goal, a penalty, some really beautiful shots that have just missed, a fucking crossbar shot. Multiple sitters. If you're a neutral, this game is fucking everything you could ask to watch. But it's still not done yet. A point is genuinely a wee bit more than we deserve. I'm not even fucking going to lie to you, man. But we'll take it, man. It makes it just like slightly, very slightly more redeemable. We can't argue with that one too much. God damn. Ball's into the box. Could be dangerous. It's headed away by Dundee. Maybe we get a chance away here. Good touch for Valet actually, but our second one isn't too great. McGregor gets out for the edge. Cross into the box, over everybody, headed down. Could be awkward. Dundee are claiming for a foul. I think they've got it. I'm going to try and burn down the clock because they know a point's better than none. God damn, what an end to the game. You're going to stick 100 quid on there for a 3-3, it was 5-1. All bets throws, it was a penalty. Score again, you feel better, I know. Oh, can't argue it too hard, man. But I feel like as soon as this, like, it's cleared, that's going to be full time. God damn. Don't think either managers will be too happy with that. If you're Dundee, you're raging because you know that you should have got 3 points. If you're Rodgers, you're raging because you know you should have got 3 fucking points. But that is full time. It's not a bad performance for Dundee. Horrible performance for us. You've got to fucking say, man. You feel like that one's going to be a wee bit sorer on them than it is us, but hey, like I said, a point's a point. It's not horrible. At the very least, I think we hit the 60 mark with that. Let me just check and clarify because I believe we do. Yeah. So, I mean, temporarily, 16 points. Maybe Aberdeen does a solid tomorrow. That would be fantastic. But, I mean, again, if you're a neutral, fairly decent. So this gets like, not a big yes. I suppose, again, for the donation for number 6, we'll get like a small yes. I don't even need to leave my chair for it. I'll just kind of lean in and kind of, you know, give you a bit of ASMR, you know what I mean? So... Fucking yes, thank God for penalty kicks. Jesus Christ, man. Silla's a goat. Man knows how to handle balls, that's all I'm saying. Needs to get into the porn industry with the way how he handles them. Fantastic result for us. We'll take that considering how fucking bad it was. You know, silver linings to a very, 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 very unbelievably shitly dark cloud. But it's a point, and it's decent, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, David. What a flask. Fair enough. I can't eat. Why the fuck did you type that? Why did you type that? I need to know. What's the fucking like logic behind your brain when you... Why? I didn't need to know that. Disappointed, but well done, Dundee. We go on. Exactly it. Yeah. That's the good way to look at it, number 6. It wasn't like horrible in the slightest, you know what I mean? Like, you take the silver linings, but... Fuck me, was that bad. It was not a good convincing performance. It's one of those ones that's very middle of the road, but, you know, 3-3's not... Again, as a neutral, fantastic. As long as Chris Boyd is raging, I'm happy. Exactly it. And we could have genuinely, like, again, we could have scored 1 or 2 more. Dundee could have scored 1 or 2 more. That genuinely could have been a whole different result entirely. So we'll take that. So please... consider subscribing before you depart. I know that a few of you will probably be getting ready to head off as a few of you. You take it easy, Caden, likewise with anyone else that's heading off now. But if you aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. That would help out the channel massively. We're on a push towards 2,000 by the end of this season. And so far, we made respectable progress. We just gained 1 right as we said that. That's why we always ask, just in case. Thank you very much, whoever just did. Thank you indeed. We appreciate that. Hail to you as well, Schneb. Indeed 1-1 between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. Any other key results? What happened between Bournemouth and Chelsea? Did that end full time 2-1 to Bournemouth? Because they're having a fucking stellar season by their own right. I didn't think when this week is going to be a potential fuck up. I mean, any away performance can get really awkward. And kind of what we touched on before this game even kicked off was the fact that Dundee are a team that will win the ball in the midfield and push, and every single one of their goals came from a break. So, you know, you have to take it like that one. And, you know, it's one of those. Ended 2-2. Oh, well, there you go. I can't argue with that one too much. Black sausage, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you, Chief. Always do our best to shout out those that say that they're subscribed, so thank you very much, my guy. Do appreciate that. Reece James last minute equaliser. That's a bit unlucky for Bournemouth, but fair enough. Rangers hate Aberdeen visiting. Yeah, I mean, there's always a potential that they could have. Celtic should do a 55-minute walkout. I just seen that. They celebrate 55 titles. It's not as if we even have fans to go there, Chief. They'd have to let us in first. And City drew 2 each as well. Fucking, I mean, fair play, honestly. How are you as well, Harry? You take it easy, Chief. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for taking it the time to join us. We do appreciate that. If there's any other games that you want me to take a look at, come on, you Reds. How you doing? How you doing, Abby? I'm guessing that you're going to be rooting for Aberdeen tomorrow, or potentially Liverpool. One of the two of them. Either way, there's a red in here. But there's 2 variants, right? Because you're either Scottish and it's Aberdeen, or it's Liverpool. So what one is it? Or is it fucking Forest? There's too many Reds, man. There's far too fucking many of them. There's a Cincinnati Reds, for fuck's sake. There's just too many uses of that same word. Juve game? Oh, actually that is worth checking. I mean, I don't really care about Serie A that much, to be honest, but I mean, I'll check it. If you want me to check it, Chief. Juventus, let's have a look. It ended 1-1 between them and Atalanta. Yeah, Kalulu, I love that name. It's such a fun name to say, and Retegui managed to get in the score sheet. If you want a little glance, there it is. Sorry, but this is the game that matters. Oh. Oh, are you going to the game? Is that what you're saying? Are you going to be like in the stands, repping the boys against? That would be fantastic, honestly. That's bliss. It'll be fun, regardless of where you're watching the game. But if you're inside the stadium, hell fucking yes, because it'll be funny hearing them boo. Liam Scales versus Rangers. Oh, don't give me that reminder. Jesus Christ, he wasn't great in the last Old Firm. He's usually sexy as fuck in every other version, though. It'll be a midweek of many draws, I know. I mean, the next one is actually a cup match, I believe it is, right? We're up against Killian on the 18th. That one's a midday kick-off as well, so it's not too bad. Your father once told... no, fair enough. You can win the League 2. Yeah. You're definitely right. Complacency is a virtue. And virtues, I think it can cost teams a lot. Fair enough, eh? Fair enough. Any change in the squad? Well, it's stayed dead. We got a last minute penalty if you're just coming back, guys. You'd be fuming if we lost. Yeah, genuinely, my heart would have broken. Like, I would have genuinely felt miserable if we'd somehow found a way to mess that one up. But I think for the most part, we can't complain too much, you know what I mean? I think there's definitely worse aspects to that game. Could have been worse, but fucking hell, man. I mean, who do you even take for man of the match? I know the clip of the game is going to be Angel's penalty. There's no way that it's not going to be, so that's sorted because it's the game, but you know, it's the goal that got us a fucking point. No way that I'm not. But it did end 3-3, Chief. Started with a McCowan opener, I believe. Let me see if I can recall this off the top of my head. And then it was like Arawumi scored right before the end of the first half. Then Carter Vickers scored an own goal. Yang scored like... No, was it Yang scored? And then like a minute later, fucking Carter Vickers scores an own goal. Then, who... Oh, fuck, who was it? Oh, it was on the end of the header. Was it Ingram or Donnelly? I think it was Donnelly that got on the end of the header. And He scored. If I can just fucking pull up the Google thing and check. It was Donnelly that scored, 78th minute, and then we got a last minute penalty through a handball, which was a handball. So, skin of our arse, exactly at Shamrock. We take the little victories where we can. Could have been way worse, but man, that was not fun whatsoever. I'll tell you that for free. Jesus. We can't go into the Champions League game playing like that against young boys. 100% Shamrock. I think in my head, this is obviously the last game where we're probably going to play with that really weird formation, because again, usually we play with that kind of flat 4-3-3, but this time out we kind of went with like something very different. So my guess is that maybe for the Kelly game we might play with that, you know, the usual 4-3-3, and that kind of just tweaks us to be ready and good to go for young boys. Because ever since we've used this formation, we've played like very weird. Like we have great stints and then we just don't really carry through more often than not. Still says 2-2. I couldn't honestly tell you, Chief. On my screen it says 3-3. We need to be more clinical. Yeah, I mean, we need to just get shots on target first of all, because we're having games like where you're having 25 shots, like 7 on target, maybe 3 goals, which the 7 on target, 3 goals part is nice. That's like what you would expect, but it's the 25 that's the issue, because the other like 16, 17 shots are just going over the bar. Like, I mean, we've seen in Gilles the day, like, granted he scored the penalty, but he had 2 really big opportunities, but both times he just sent it as high as you could over the bar with like power on the shot. Scales definitely replaces Trusty versus Young Boys. I don't think that's the case. I still think that it will be Carter, Vickers and Trusty, because again, Trusty wasn't great today. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it, but I think he could have been a lot worse. Do you watch tennis? Sometimes, occasionally, it depends. I haven't watched it in a not a live match, not since like 2018 at least, but when I was a kid, I used to play like racket sports a lot, like badminton and things like that, so I used to be into it then. Young boys are eliminated, surely they'll just play their B team as a dead rubber for them. Maybe so, but it could just be the kind of point of premise of just showing that they're still worth like something. You never want to be the team that loses every single game, so it might just be that. You hope Maeda is back and we can start with him, Kyogo and Kun in the front three. Yeah, as long as we have our main 3 back, that's kind of the main thing. And again, you have that kind of tune-up match with Kelly in a few days, which, I mean, I should probably pull that up now, because I don't know if it's at like 7 or 10 or what. There we go. It's at 5:30. Well, there you go. So we'll kind of keep that up there before we kind of close this stream out. Any clue I made it? Was it just resting? It's a mixture of muscle fatigue and the fact that they just want to prioritise keeping them fit. Again, when you're going into a stretch of games that is as crucial as this, yeah, you kind of want to keep your best players fit for this one. We don't even necessarily need to win, Shamrock. A point is enough if other teams don't get certain results. It's one of those ones where like a win would give us a win would give us 100%, we'd be locked in, but a draw would give us like a 94% chance, which is still good fucking odds. If a Dundee player gives Trusty a tough time, true, but you do get those players that look stronger than they are. You know what I mean? I mean, there's kind of a notorious thing that people talk about with players like Lorenzo Insigne, who are like 5'4", but they have like such a good like muscle mass and that tiny little build that they can actually like cause some problems. And he was going up against a fella that, again, Donnelly's not exactly untrained. He's a defender by his own right, so it's not someone that's necessarily weaker than him. Smaller than him, sure, but not weaker. Probably the same type of physicality, but Trusty had to jump up and turn at the same time. Donnelly just had to keep himself steady, so Trusty's trying to obviously do that while getting his shot tugged, and that makes it a bit more difficult. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Astronomical. If we really want to put this to bed, ideally we want to do it straight up at that game at Celtic Park, because it means otherwise we have to go to Villa Park and get something up against them, which is easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done. But we're going to get ready to potentially wrap up now, because there ain't too much point staying left for too much longer. Oh, it's just for all avoidance of doubts. That's kind of the point that I'm making. It's better to qualify like comfortably. And to be fair, part of the reason is I did say that Celtic would get 12 points. That's where I was like, right, if we get 12 points, that's good enough. That's what I was expecting. And a win would give us 12 points, right? That would be like the perfect scenario for me. I'd be like, cool, we've got enough to get us into the playoff rounds, and it's not like we snuck in there, you know what I mean? Because I don't want people saying that, like, you's got in on luck. Like, nah, I'd rather just be like, well, look, you got in by winning like 3 games straight, getting a few draws when it mattered, like decent all-round performance, can't argue with you. So he's only lost like, what, 2 games if you happen to lose to Villa, then yeah, but that's not a bad overall kind of campaign for Celtic, getting into the playoffs, and whatever happens for there, happens for there. But yeah, can't argue with it too much. No, definitely not. Oh, I thought you were talking for Donnelly's goal, because it's trusted it's marking him for that one as well, Joseph. Fair enough, but he won most of these challenges against Murray, to be fair. His aerial duels were fine. I just don't think he got all of the things that he needed to do right today. There was a few kind of weird performances. Well, I mean, there is always that kind of slight half chance where if we win both games we could maybe do some damage and at least give ourselves better placement. But best case scenario for me is we get 1-1 against Young Boys, and then whatever happens against Villa happens. I wouldn't expect us to go down to Villa Park and get more than a draw, if I'm being like genuinely optimistic. Based on the way we're playing now anyway, we'd have to have a lot of luck on our side, kind of like the Atalanta game, where you have to have a few kind of shots that just miss, and just about like you need luck sometimes, definitely, 100%. Yeah, honestly, we only need realistically a point for the next 2 games is all we need, but 3 comfortably, kind of like we can take the foot off the gas and be like, right, and that's good, because I don't like the idea of having to go down to obviously Villa Park and get a result there. That'd be much easier said than done, if you're being honest. But I think overall could be much worse, right? Like, I think tonight showed us a lot about where our fucking problems lie defensively, because Jesus Christ, some of it just looked very laughable at times. But the silver linings to take is that we're scoring goals, and we're scoring them in good amounts. We're kind of averaging 3 or 4 a game, which is nice. But again, you're going to need to show a bit more consistency when you're in a Champions League level match, because again, a team like Young Boys, as much as they're not necessarily great when it comes to their form in the Champions League, they're still a Champions League level side. They can cause a surprise, especially if you allow them to. We had the same mindset against Club Brugge, where we thought, it's fine, we go into that game, get the result there, and it's locked in. And then we drew. And then we did the same thing with Zagreb, and I just don't want to do the same thing with, obviously, with Young Boys, because it could be, you know. They also just said, oh yeah, Daniel Malin. I mean, he's an okay type of player, I would say. Nothing too great, but certainly a decent addition. I consider myself a pretty optimistic person, sure I'm not, but I am never that optimistic. Best case scenario for us, if you're asking me honestly, we get through the playoffs and get one of the rounds done. Like, we get to the round of 16 and then we go out to like a respectable side, like, I don't know who's like a, not like a top tier team, but a team that can certainly, you know, like a Leverkusen, for instance. You know, like that type of side, where it's like, yeah, you know, maybe you could beat them on their day, but overall, it's not going to be too harsh of a defeat if you lose. I would like to get to a final, I'd love it. I'd fucking adore that, but, you know, I'm not that optimistic. But we'll pull up the outro music, because we'll be getting ready to end this relatively soon. I get Shamrock in the Conference League. That would be good. 2 teams in green and white. That'd be good representation if you ask me, Chief. 100%. That's amazing. Right, and we even gained a couple of subscribers after the ones that unsubscribed at the start of the stream, so that's very kind of you as well, to be fair. I do appreciate that. But I think it's time we get ready to wrap this one up. So, whoop. There we go. We'll get ready to end this. The drill, you know how this goes. Time to kind of get this over and done with. So, thank you for watching, thank you for coming along, thank you for taking the time to stop in, whether you've been here for the whole stream or if you've been here for 10, 15 minutes or 10 or 15 seconds, we appreciate you nonetheless. It wasn't exactly the result we would have wanted today, but to be fair, not the worst result we could have asked for either. Draws are one of those ones. Again, Dundee could have took it, Celtic could have took it, it's one of those, but hey, a point's a point. We go again in a few days. If you want a little update of when that will be the 18th of January. We'll be live about 5:15 for those that are new here. We're usually live about 15 minutes before kick-off, so that you have time to kind of come in. It's about 5 minutes of start up and then, 10 minutes of breaking down thoughts and how the game might go. And of course, keep an eye out for the short later on tonight, because we'll probably have Angel's penalty as maybe the short of choice, but again, it's a bit late, so maybe it might come out tomorrow, who fucking knows, nonetheless. We're going to bail out now. Let's do all the necessary things, get that ready to go. Fantastic. Likewise with you, Shamrock, you take it easy, brother. Hope you had a good one, you enjoy yourself. But we know the drill. Celtic are still the best goddamn team in the world, even though we drew Dundee, but still. Catch us in the next one. We'll ball out then. We'll see you against Kelly where we absolutely slap them up like 16-0. Brendan Rodgers overhead kick incoming. We'll love to see it. Catch us in the next stream class. So they're still the best team in the world. Bye.